Good morning, or whenever you're viewing this video, please share it, thumbs it up to support me. Well, here it goes. I don't know, the earring just came off. I don't know how many of you get into reality TV shows, but this one right here, some of the reality TV shows I still watch, some I don't. But the Housewives, let me tell you something. The shows is proof of what I've been saying all along. It doesn't matter how much riches you have, how wealthy you are. There are some people, it doesn't matter how much they have. All the riches in the world cannot make them happy. But to the outside looking in, from people who's viewing it, a lot of times that's what we want. We see it and this is what we want. Y'all excuse the ash. I'm trying to rush and do 2 or 3 things at one time. But anyway, a lot of times that's what people want. They see it and they want the glitz and glam. But half of those folks' life is not in order. Kenya Moore from the Housewives of Atlanta, who's been a part of this show for many, many years. I remembered when she first became a part of it, she was just outright evil from the very beginning. From the very beginning. It was just something about her spirit that just did not sit well with me. Her demeanor, the way she looked at folks. If you cross Kenya, that's a problem. It was almost as if she felt like she was, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word? It just went straight from my mind. What is the word I'm looking for? Entitled. That's menopause. Step back. Entitled. She feels a sense of entitlement, and I understand where it comes from. I believe it comes from in my opinion, it came from her mother not wanting to be a part of her life, which was clearly broadcast on the show. Her mother just simply did not want to be a part of her life, which is sad. For whatever reason it is, it's just sad all across the board. But my problem with her is, as I've said before, also, hurt people hurts people. Anytime anyone challenged her, it was a problem. It didn't even have to be a person challenging her. It just had to be a person who perhaps looked happy, a person who looked like they had it going on, and Kenya would come for that individual. She has the same, don't come for me unless I call for you. Girl, bye. Who are you? Who are you? Now, the incident that happened on the show that I just watched, one of the episodes where Britt, the young lady in Kenya, got into it. Now, I don't know how much of this is edited, but I could only speak from what I've seen. God, I hate that glare. But Britt they were having a conversation at the table, a group of the young ladies. Britt had the card in her hand, or paper, and Britt was talking. Kenya clearly interrupted her. Well, when Britt barked back, Kenya got even more upset. So as Britt is walking out of the place, she made a comment. She says, I think I have pistols and whips on me, or whatever she said. It was something pertaining to a gun. Now, we all know that's just talking. There was no way in this world that girl would get on live TV and just blatantly threaten her with a gun. So it wasn't like that. But once again, Kenya took whatever she could after she pushed and she tugged at this young lady. She took whatever she could and made this huge, massive issue of it. The young lady took ownership. Britt took ownership. She said, you know what? Maybe in that moment I shouldn't have said that. I was wrong. She tried to apologize by showing up to Kenya's event that she had, opening up her new spot in Atlanta, claiming, quote unquote, this is for her daughter. Well, if this is for your daughter, my God, look at what you left, for everyone to remember that you opened up for your daughter. So what she decides to do, because she claims she's not going to continue to let people disrespect her, something she's been doing to other women for years on the show, she exploited this young lady at her event by showing her giving a guy fellatio. Are you kidding me? Now, if that is not cutthroat evil, now here's Cynthia Bailey. I watched her, and she says that this is not like Kenya. This is beneath Kenya. Kenya is highly respected. I don't know how. Cynthia, I don't know how you could say Kenya is highly respected. I don't know how you could say this is beneath her with all of the other foul things that she has said and done to people. One thing I could say about Nene Leakes have a mouth on her, but never have I seen her go that far with just being maliciously attack another woman to that degree. I don't think I've ever seen it with any of them. Dr. Heavenly from Married to Medicine, she's cutthroat. She says some nasty, evil things about women also, and men on the show, and she better be careful, because let me tell you something, every single person has his day. Every single person has his day. So be mindful of the way that you treat others, because it's going to come back in that full circle. But back to Kenya. How in the world could you be so evil and vindictive? How? We talk about children bullying young kids in school, but Kenya was a big bully on the show from the very beginning. And the fact that she will pull out 3 or 4 boards of what she had someone pull up on this young lady was just outright insanely ridiculous. And I mean, let me tell you something. This was calculated. She knew what she was going to do. This was not a situation where, oh man, this caught me off guard. There are many times I've been in situations where I would clap back real quick at something that someone has said or done to me without even giving it any thought. But this situation was clearly motivated, calculated, and she did it on purpose. And I don't think anyone is disputing she did it on purpose. She's not even disputing she did it on purpose. But don't make it seem like, oh, this is just Kenya, you know, she may have had a rough moment, or this is beneath her. No. What's in you is going to eventually come out of you. That was in Kenya the whole time. Pure evil and hate. When I look at her, you would think that she's the most attractive, beautiful woman, but what I saw was evil and pure ugly. I mean, your attitude and the way that you are, that stuff that's on the inside of you comes out and it makes you look so ugly. And that's what I saw with her in that purple dress. Pure ugly. Y'all have ever noticed it could be an individual who's not that attractive, but they're so sweet, they're so kind, they look beautiful? That's what I'm seeing in Kenya. Pure ugly. There was nothing attractive about her. Not, when I tell you nothing, zero, zilch, nothing. So ladies, as we're watching these shows, don't aspire to be like them. Y'all, the glare from the sun is giving me a pickle. Do not aspire to be like them. The only thing that they could teach us is the fact that, yeah, we could do it, we could make it, we could be somebody. Look at them, they're on TV. That's the only thing that they could show us. But all this other stuff that they got going on, you look at Married to Medicine, Dr. Heavenly. Oh my God, a doctor, but she's Ghetto. Ghetto with money, but she's ghetto. She's ghetto. Look at the way this lady behaves on the show. Look at her. Dr. Simone, I was really disappointed in her, the way she went back and forth with Quad, with the yelling and the screaming. I mean, if I was a man, I would be so embarrassed of the way my wife behaved if I was a man on that show. Dr. Heavenly is just nasty. Now, let me tell you who's very smart. Dr. Jackie from Married to Medicine. She stays classy. She stays poised. While everybody else around her, most of them, are acting like idiots, that lady's chilling, but still getting the chatter. She's chilling. But everybody else, just about on that show, has acted out at one point or another. So, Kenya Moore, I hope and pray that they never allow her back on Housewives of Atlanta. She deserved to be kicked off of that show and kicked off for good. I believe in forgiveness. You can forgive an individual. You can forgive, and you should forgive. However, you don't have to allow that individual in your circle ever again. She doesn't have to be a part of that show for Andy and all of the other ladies to forgive her. Forgive her, talk to her off camera, but do not allow her back on that show. If this video reaches anyone who knows anyone about getting this thing here across to Bravo, Andy, don't let that woman back on the show. She's been poking and poking and poking at people for years. That's why Portia got into it with her. She pokes and she pokes. It's like that old saying, you throw the brick and hide your hands. That's what she does. She throws that brick and she's like, oh, but this is what they did to me. Oh, but I'm not going to allow them to speak to me this way anymore. Lady, are you kidding me? People have the right to fight fire with their words if you're giving it to them. If that's the way you're giving it, you should be able to receive it that way. Because my mouth is a sharpshooter too. However, I'm not nasty and I'm not evil. There's a difference. Even when Britt made that statement, I knew she was just being, cocky. I got my whip or whatever. She was just being cocky. I mean, seriously. I saw no evil. I know she had no evil intent. The woman had already apologized. But Kenya, I'm that B. I'm that this. I'm that. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because if you really were, your mother would want to be around I'm that B. So that is not the case. You're miserable. So call a spade. Y'all, I don't know how I'm feeling about this thing here, this wig. I have dreadlocks underneath this, and I'm telling you, I'm going to a funeral today after work. And my locks is just not freshly twisted, so I'm like, I gotta do something, but this is just not giving. I feel like what you call it, what are those ladies, the group that Diana Ross sang with years ago. That's the way I feel with this song. You know what, when I get to my destination, which is work, I think I am going to take this off and try to twist my hair, but I didn't bring any gel for it. Listen, this is going to be a mess today. I got to put my nails on. Hey, let me get out of here because my phone is going dead. I need to charge this up and head on into work. I'm going to leave at about 12 o'clock today. The funeral's at 1. I have my clothes in the back here. Y'all make it a great day. And that's my cue because my other phone is ringing now. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.